Let's do this. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Xbox Nation. It is Wednesday. We're back. We missed last Wednesday because it was Salty's birthday. Happy birthday, belated. And also it was the 4th of July, which I personally did not think was that big a deal, but everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm out." So
I still don't know how you didn't figure that was a big deal.
You know what? I just don't. I don't know, man. Like for me,
it's a great time to go do a barbecue.
Hey, I was out at the beach, so
I guess, man. I was just at home protecting my dog because he doesn't like fireworks. But
yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be around," and I was like, "Okay, that's cool." And then so me and Moosh did like this impromptu thing on Thursday, which actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here.
Yes.
And we're gonna have a good show. I got some interesting topics, and I think you guys are gonna like it. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, make sure you guys hit that like button and share and get it out so that people know that we're live. And let me do some introductions. The man with the plan. There he is, Mooch.
What's up, buddy? I am excited to be back on Xbox Nation. And like I said, let me elaborate real quick. So I write to Crap, and I say to him last week, I say, listen, I'm not speaking for the masses. I'm only speaking for myself. I said, there's a good chance there's gonna be barbecuing. Family over, things like that. And I said, right when Xbox Nation goes live, 8 o'clock, right? Usually it gets about 9 o'clock, 8:45, 9. It starts to get a little bit darker here in New York. People start lighting up fireworks. We have a lot of fireworks, right? Everyone in the family brought them over. We're setting them off. So I'm like, that's just prime time, especially in the U.S. I can understand our folks and friends over in the UK and in Europe and Asia. They're being like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Crap's like, I didn't even get a response. So I'm like, oh, wait, he doesn't think this is legit. I'm like, it is legit. And then he's like, and then early in the show, he's like, hey, don't forget last Wednesday was Salt's birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Salt, publicly.
Thank you.
And but he totally forgot it's America's birthday.
It's America's birthday.
God damn it.
Well, no.
God damn it.
He leaves me this long thing, right? He's like, maybe we should just do something Thursday. What he didn't realize was that was when the power went out, and then the internet went out for like a day, 2 days, and so I was like, and then my phone was dying, and so it was just a bad thing. And then I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
If you guys all are listening haven't paid attention to Crap over the past 5 years, what I've learned is 2 things. He doesn't like Destiny, and don't move to Florida.
Wow.
Hey,
that goddamn state has no power.
No, Florida has power. It's just we have thunderstorms.
You're like McFly on a hoverboard over water. All right?
Oh, hey, Sajibot.
What happened?
Wow, stuck in the car.
Saji.
Thanks for starting the show. Hey, Sajibot, man, with the 100 spot. Good Lord.
Saji, I love you.
Thank you,
Saji. We all love you.
We do.
morning.
Thank you.
That's my boy, Saj.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, we had a damn good time anyway on Thursday. So it all worked out for everybody, I think. So that's awesome.
Yes.
But Mooch, you're here. Hellhammer, you're here, and your avatar still isn't. So
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Doc.
yeah, it's darkness. You should just change your name, or you know what? You could use the new mascot for your avatar.
Yeah.
That's a good
Oh
idea.
wait, no.
And we also got Salty here. He's back. What's up, bro?
Hey guys, I survived my birthday. Saltiest Gaming brought to you in part by a non-sponsored Red Bull. I drink caffeine all the time. Hopefully my heart doesn't stop. So
Let's hope not, because I already have enough problems getting people to do the show. So
yeah, I got all my digits right. I didn't blow any of them off. I survived it. It was awesome. I love it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, man. Thanks for coming back. And we also got the always lovely Foxy. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, except for last night when I had nightmares of AC Bongo chasing me through the forest with his cardboard cutout.
I'm
I was running for my life.
It
was just me and my ex. I was crying. Oh man, I'm better now.
Oh my god.
So those of you guys that don't know, man, I like AC Bongos. I think he's a cool guy, right? He was away for yesterday's Inside Xbox, and they had this cardboard cutout of him.
Oh boy.
They had this cardboard cutout of him, right? And he looks like like Lex Luthor or something. And he's
Lex Luthor's a compliment.
Yes, and he's got this weird smile, and it says on vacation or something. right? And so I see everybody. Me and Moose have this little thing that we do is like we'll joke around with each other and DM. And we kept DMing each other in the face.
God.
And it was just super scary. I kept DMing it to everybody.
This is a $1 billion company. Can't get a freaking picture of this guy, right? That's insulting.
I felt so bad because the picture, it's so bad. It's like this cardboard cutout. And it was just so funny and scary.
Does that not prove the joke we've been saying on MNC is right and been saying all the way through? He's Fredo.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally the Fredo that he is. Listen, you can say whatever you want, guys. You can say, oh, my God, that's rough. It's not rough. This guy takes a vacation, and they put that picture of him. It's mind-boggling.
It was probably just as a joke.
Yeah, but did you see the picture?
Yeah.
The picture is bad, and I used it as our picture. I said it's our new mascot.
Oh my God.
I used it as the picture for our group chat, and I just thought that was hilarious. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna use this for a while because I actually, man, it's haunting. It is. It like follows you when you move.
They took his picture with a Windows phone. I mean,
I don't even have a Windows phone anymore. I'm living that.
That was not for you,
Android
Crappy.
life. Yeah.
That was not for you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I had to use a phone that actually worked.
How can you be Graham AC Bongos Boyd and sitting home and be like, you know what, kids, everybody around the family, Microsoft paid for this full vacation of mine so I can not be on this Inside Xbox because who knows why? They just said they didn't need me this week. Let's watch the show. And then they're like, hey, Graham, you're on vacation. And there's just like people screaming, like glasses dropped at the family event. Like, what is that? Like,
he's on holiday. They put an on holiday thing around this cutout.
I could see him screaming at his house in England. Something like, I'm smart.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. He's Fredo.
Oh my gosh, you know what? Yeah, I do feel bad for him. And not only that, are they trolling us with the white glove stuff on there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
What I'd like Major Nelson to do is take the glove off and smack Jeff Rubenstein with one and be like, touche.
Yes, please.
I
That
challenge
man
you.
can't talk for shit. I don't know how he's still on that show.
Thank you.
I challenge you to a duel right now, right? Like, I demand satisfaction.
If I was the producer of that show and they're like, all right, Mooch, what do you want to do with Jeff? I'd be like, the only thing I can think we can do with him is a staring contest. You have Major Nelson and Jeff Rubenstein stare at each other. The guy who blinks first has to leave the set indefinitely.
I mean, that entertains me, I guess.
My
you know,
God, is that not entertaining.
Can we just have the young guy host the whole thing and then get rid of everybody else? I mean, you can have Major Nelson there and do his minute and then slap people with gloves. That's fine. But the young guy, he definitely is the best one there.
Here comes Major Nelson just to come in to do Major's minute and then slap people with a glove.
Yep.
That would be funny.
Glove slap.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? I watched this thing. Here's the thing. I don't. It was bad.
I don't know what they're going for. Crap. What are they going for?
I still haven't figured it out. Like, they had one strong episode, and now they have like this kind of another lackluster episode after the previous lackluster. I don't
think. No, listen. Let's forget this. And I actually want to ask Salty because Salty did a great commentating over it. You know, Salt.
That had to be more entertaining.
Yeah, but it was. I watched Salty's version of it. Salt and Noof.
Nice.
But realistically, I don't think they're doing this to impress us anymore. I think they're just doing this to keep in touch with the audience, which is nice. But the thing about it is why is it the executives are also the Twitter stars, are also the TV stars, are also the people at E3, are also the people at Inside Xbox? Hey, guys, hire somebody else. Maybe somebody with a funny bone.
Yeah, it's like crazy. You, right?
Well, I'm always available if you need me. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's weird when you do this live show, and I knew it was going to be dry, but not that dry. So me and Noof were going back and forth, and it's turned into these like live shows where we roast people. It's like a live roasting, like this person's so dull or so, and it gets into stuff like that. It's just. It comes to the point where they get these devs on and they're so boring. And then they start talking about their game and then it gets even more boring. And I'm like, well, maybe we could take this and we could record the show and use it as like a sleep aid. If you have problems sleeping, you haven't.
Salty, how bad was the compulsion, folks? That dude?
My God.
Oh
dude,
my God. He's like,
even.
so then we went back to the drawing board. We heard you guys wanted a difference. We made a difference. Now let me elaborate for 25 minutes.
Like,
What?
it's odd, man. It almost gets to the point where you're like, well, this is counterproductive for your game. It's making people not want to buy it, you know? So I don't know.
I mean, look, here's the thing. I think that game looks good. I'm glad they went back, but they really need to spend that much time on it with the guy that, like, you know, I don't know. Like, does none of these people have a good PR person? Like, you know who I would hire? Mooch, because Mooch would sell anything to anyone.
I would try my damnedest.
Would.
I'm like Ben Stein. I shall do my best.
Exactly.
I shall do my best.
You're watching these people and they're just not entertaining, and they're not doing a good job of getting their point across. Like, that game looks way better now than what it did.
Absolutely.
And they do a piss poor job of conveying that. And then you have Sean Murray back on there who just looks uncomfortable. Like, somebody get that guy like a one of those comfort animals or something. That guy he does not look like he's
Oh my
happy.
God. Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I do too. Like,
I'm like, stop putting him in front of the camera, please. Stop. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Here's the thing. I like his game. How it looks anyway. The newer version. Like, I played the launch version on PS4 and it was terrible. But now it and I hate to say this because it makes you sound very hypocritical, but you know what, Mooch? We just got to call a spade here, and that's the fact that they've added so much stuff and that it finally looks like a game that was promised years ago.
Yes, not just that's not us saying that. He said that. He actually said there's so much that I'm adding to the game, that we've added to the game, it's hard to even go over. Yeah. And it's amazing. Not only is there so much, they made an 11 things we've added. 11 things we've added, and they're in depth. So, I mean, this is a big deal. Is it something that I can't wait to go get? Not really. Like I said, we talked about this all weekend long. Crap. I mean, I've got a lot of things on the back burner to play, games we haven't touched in, my God, over a year. So there's a lot of that going on. But got to be honest with you, it is intriguing, and it's nice to see that maybe this is the game that we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but when you put Sean up there, it's like cringe times a million. You know, have you guys seen H3 with Ethan and them? They do this like segment. It's about cringe. I think of him in that episode. It's just crazy. He's just.
Let me ask you this though, Salt. Salt, wouldn't you take Sean Murray over the what is it there? The We Happy Few people? The guy. I take Sean Murray. He was enthusiastic. He smiled.
Yeah.
He smiled.
He's got a creepy smile though. It's almost as bad as AC.
It is. It's true. There's nothing was. Listen, first of all, okay, I like AC Bongos. By the way, I want to put that on record. He's a great dude. He is a great dude. Probably got the biggest heart there. I also think he shouldn't be on camera, but that's just my opinion. But then to do what they did, I'm telling you, we even have to revisit this subject at the end of the show. It is absolutely amazing. Could you just imagine? You know, when you leave your office for a week, you go on vacation. If you have one of those wild offices, let's say you're on the West Coast. On the East Coast, you can't do this. On the West Coast, maybe they tinfoil your whole office, right? Or they do something wild while you're gone just for a gag. That's funny. But to take your face and put it on national television, the way they distorted his head, and they put on holiday, it looked like it was on a Post-it with like a marker. I mean, this is $1 billion company. They could have built this man from the ground up using robot parts. Yeah. Instead, they have this distorted face that's frightening children across America and the world.
Hey, Predator says Sean Murray has a We Happy Few smile.
Oh no!
Jeez, he does.
He's taking them joy pills. God damn it!
Oh my gosh, he is like. And here's the thing, right? Like, I like the show. I think is a good idea overall, right?
Yes.
Introduce backwards compatibility titles on there. You know, do some stuff like that. I feel like they're almost there, and then they kind of take a step back or whatever. I like, you know, they try to get like, we know people that won. What was that? Snoopy. He won a year of Game Pass. So
Jassy Noob or something.
Snoopy did too. So we know a couple people, that won. Yeah. And you know, I think that's cool. They're interacting with the fans. It's just the show isn't very. I don't know if it's because of it's the summertime, but yeah, that one, it just wasn't one of their better ones.
Well,
you know,
it is a pretty dead time of the year though for gaming.
Yeah, I mean, until like Gamescom, I think is in August, so in about a month or whatever, we'll probably get, you know, pick up with some new news and things like that. But still, I think that it was, you know, they could have done more. What is that? I can hear myself in the background of something.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Did you? Yeah, it sounded like I was talking to myself through like a CB or something.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Allow myself to introduce
myself. Yes. So yeah. Overall, just a pretty bland kind of experience. I wish I could have made fun of it live too, because that would have been like way more fun.
Well, you know what's funny? So I put this thing on Twitter out, and I said, this has got to be a bad episode because they're airing it at
3 o'clock
noon. Yeah, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. First of all, like, forget the fact that we're all at work in New York or East Coast, right? Forget that. Like 3 o'clock, even if it was a Sunday, is just bad. Like, that's just a bad time. That's them just saying, listen, we're doing this. We don't really want you to see it. We really don't want you to see it. But we're doing it anyway because we told you we'd do it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's almost forced. If it's forced, take the month off. Forced.
Yeah.
Take the month off, guys. Honestly, you're going to get what? A couple of tweets being like, where's Inside Xbox? And then nobody's going to give a shit. Versus having to look at Graham like that.
Yeah, I mean, was there anything? Okay, so I mean, there was a little bit of interesting stuff there, like soccer cars, right? Yeah. So soccer car,
Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass. What the hell is the name of this game for real?
Rocket League.
Rocket League, yes. So Rocket League, that game is in Game Pass, which that's cool.
They mentioned PC and Switch. They made sure to do that.
Yeah, so it's getting cross progression and cross play. So cross progression I thought was interesting, which means like if you play it on Switch or PC or Xbox, you can carry over that stuff, which I think is cool. And I also like the way that Microsoft really sort of is able to take shots with this cross progression stuff without actually saying PS4 or really talking down on PS4. They have the media and a lot of people doing that for them. I think it works well. It's sort of what Sony did with Microsoft at the beginning of the generation with, DRM, sharing games, always online, this kind of stuff, 1080p, Right. So I like the way that they're kind of sticking that in a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, turning that a little bit on Sony. I have to say, I'm enjoying that quite a bit. Mooch, like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think?
I thought the way you answered it, somebody wrote you on Twitter and was like, "Hey, Crap Gamer, what do you think about this? We got, this in Game Pass."
I said it's a few years. It's only a few years old.
It's only a couple of years old, so yay. Listen, the game itself still carries some clout. It still has some, like, you know what I mean? It still has some good, right? It still has.
They're adding stuff to it all the time. That's the thing. And there's like 30 million players.
Realistically, it's not something that anybody who's hardcore is going to light a match and stomp their feet. I think it's good again for the casual market. Mm-hmm. I think maybe if somebody was thinking of picking up an Xbox, like, well, I got to be honest with you, I do know a lot of people that still play soccer cars competitively. Like, they play it really, really hardcore. So those folks that play it, but they already own it. So like, I don't know. I think that it's a good get. It's a good get for Xbox, but it's nothing in the world you could ever just start touting. Like, you got to get Game Pass. You know why? For soccer cars, man. Soccer cars. Like, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, this is a game, though, where they already said they're not going to make a sequel. They're just going to treat it as a game as a service. Right. So, obviously, being in Game Pass really kind of helps that. Yeah. And, some people that...
soccer cars. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And so, I thought, like, more importantly than it, it's also getting a 4K update sometime this year as well, which they confirmed. But I thought the cross-progression stuff was really sort of the bigger announcement. And I thought that really is something that makes Sony continue... Exactly, and it continues to make Sony. It's like in Sony's face over and over again, and Sony's probably at this point just hoping that goes away, and it doesn't seem like it's going away.
Nothing to worry about now with those.
Well, it can't.
Million PS4 sold.
Yeah, how many PS4s are they up to?
But it can't. About 300 million.
Yeah,
but the thing is, it goes up every half hour. What I was gonna say was that. I think they can't get away from this crap because the problem is again, it goes back to that great Meatloaf song, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And the thing is, the media is not going to let this go because with Switch, right? The Switch is a media darling. And, the Nintendo fans are diehard. And then you've got the PC elitists out there that are saying, hey, look, we don't want to, but yep. In the event that I want to go from my Xbox to my PC to Xbox, I can. And now what Microsoft's been pitching for the past 4 years since Phil took over is coming to fruition. We're actually seeing a useful technology, a useful tool across the borders of the PC and Xbox. So you have all of this happening on one side, And then you just have Sony being like, but we're up a couple million on, we're up, 30 million on consoles. And it's like, all right, that's great. But the thing is, though, that's something that can drastically decline, especially when next gen pops around. And we're not going to have the same next gen console gap like we have had. That era is gone. But at the same time, you will start to see people kind of just bleed over to the other side because the media and the propaganda for crossplay.
Yeah, and cross progression.
Yeah.
In addition to that, which we can all kind of talk about this as well, I just wanted to throw in Mikey Barra tweets out that he wants cross progression on every game. Like, so again, that's realistically a Microsoft executive out there saying, "Hey, we want this. Let's make it happen." And then when you hear him go, "Okay, so this is going to be crossplay and cross progression on Xbox One, PC, Switch," and people are like, "Yeah," and then they're not saying PS4. And I got to be honest with you. And I saw somebody mention this today on Twitter. I forget who it was, but he said, "You know what cross progression actually is? It means that people will buy multiple copies of the game. It's really helping developers. It's not hurting anyone. People are going to buy like Mooch. You bought multiple copies of Destiny 2, right? Wouldn't you love to carry over your characters from Xbox to PlayStation?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, you would.
I really have to have you have to have a self conversation with yourself. Okay. You have to, I'm trying to get up to 380, 385 with my main character on Destiny, and that's a grind on Xbox, right? I'm very close. I'm trying to get there. All of a sudden, I'm like, am I going to put this controller down to try and just get the 300 on this other character on PlayStation? It's a pain in the ass. And at the same time, what can you do, right? So you're right. I've bought the IP twice, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so I have this game on both consoles, but I've got to put in double the effort. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, I mean, as far as playing online, that's why me and Crap, and I'm speaking for you here, Crap, because we said it all Sunday morning. Cross progression is a big deal. Cross play, I can give two shits.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, that doesn't really, for some reason, they seem like the two would go hand in hand. For me, it doesn't. Cross progression, absolutely. Cross play, don't care. I could see where you could make an argument in either direction, but that's a me thing. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, that's a very good example, Crap.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, also add on to what he was saying. Not to mention, if you're playing Destiny and you have 3 characters and you go over to a different system, it would be better if you have those 3 characters available, as opposed to just making a brand new one. So then you'll have 4. When I used to play the first one on both systems, I used to have 3 on PlayStation and 3 on Xbox. The first game, so I had 6 characters to level up, and that's how many hours I put into Destiny, the first game. So
people still do that.
Yeah, that's crazy, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I was like, forget that. I'm done with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, they don't even have to say yes to cross play. Cross progression is a thing that helps developers. People sell more copies of games. Hell, me and Hellhammer, we don't really play Minecraft. We have it, but we were joking around that, hey, maybe we'll pick it up on Switch because it actually has Xbox achievements, and that's like the type of system that would really like benefit from Minecraft. You know what I mean?
I have a question real quick. I've heard this argument about let's institute cross progression without crossplay, but I think there's not one without the other, honestly. Like, it obviously makes sense for a gamer to say, hey, yeah, we can do this, and it makes sense to sell more copies. But what games have cross progression that don't have cross play? I mean, in the situation with Rocket League, there's already cross play going on. That's why they're doing cross progression. With Fortnite, it's on Fortnite servers. There's cross play and cross progression. I don't think you have one without another. It's good to be like, oh, it'd be a nice thing, but I don't see it happening. I think the reason why we're getting cross progression is because we have cross play. They go hand in hand, and I've said this before. I've spoken with my friend Fonz because he said he doesn't care about cross play. It's fine if you don't have systems or you don't have friends that you would benefit from cross play, but these developers that have these multiplayer games want to have cross play because it helps the player base, and that overall helps the longevity of the game, which makes them more money.
Yeah, so. I do think, I mean, you're pretty much right, but I do think that anytime where you have a certain thing where you got to sign in on something, right? Like, that would be easy enough to carry stuff over.
Yeah, Bungie account, Epic account.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
It changes from things to things, right? It's like it depends on where the server is. If the server is based on like the developer side, like Epic has their own server, so then you sign into your Epic account. But what if it's on, Microsoft or whatever? It's Minecraft based, so it's different. It's not like this one end all be all situation for cross progression or cross play.
Like I said, I like the cross progression idea. I think that cross play should be an option if they could do it.
I get Salty's point, and I think he's right, actually. But I'll make a counter to it, Salty, just for fun. Okay. You go to McDonald's, you can only get Coke products. When you go to Burger King, you get Pepsi products. Now, if I'm Coca-Cola, frankly, I don't give a shit what burger you're eating. But, I mean, the point of the matter is that that's the way those are segregated. And we could say that that's a dumb... I think it's dumb, right? Why can't you get Coke and Pepsi in the same... You guys have been to bars. This is not a New York thing. This is across the country. It's across the world. You go to a restaurant, you're like, I'll take a Pepsi. And they're like, is Coke okay? And you're like, yeah, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Right? But I mean, why not have them both? Is it killing people to have them both? There's people who prefer both. So what I kind of think with cross-play and cross-progression is if Sony, that's the old school mentality. Sony's saying, hey, no. Listen, you like this? Your friend's over here? Buy the game, play it over here. Okay? Yeah. And I get that. That's the way it's been since the beginning of time. Now we're doing this whole thing, right? Phil, the minute Phil took office, he came in with a room full of Yankee candles. I mean, he handed them out to everybody. He's like, we're going to light these candles. We're going to meet at 9 a.m. with a latte.
9 a.m. with the latte.
Yeah, in New York, we start at 7 a.m. In California, and the West Coast, it's 9 a.m.
Latte.
Right? Yes, absolutely, with a drizzle top.
Yeah.
So when that all happens, okay, now they're pushing this, and you got the media. The media is completely over on the West Coast. They get up at 9 a.m. too. So they're like, oh, we'll do this. Let's do this. This is cool. But realistically, the business practice, it does hurt Sony to do this. Microsoft, it doesn't, because they're getting a piece of the pie. Whether you're on PC, you're on Xbox, you're on Switch, they're getting because Switch is what? Minecraft, making money. PC, Windows, making money. Xbox, hello, making money. So they don't give a shit. So you got Mike Ibarra's out there waving a flag. Like, I don't give a shit what we do. You got Sony here like, we don't make anything unless you come to our house. So, I mean, I have to say that it does make sense what Sony's saying on a business model.
Yeah, the thing that I'm saying, let's just say, hey, all these gamers want cross progression, right? That's the thing that's trending right now. Well, what do you say to Epic Games to say, hey, you guys have your own servers, you have your own accounts, but we want cross progression and not cross play. How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as cut and dry as people think it is. It's
not. But let's use Destiny as an example, since everybody does though, Salt, right? So, Salt, what if I said to you, okay, you can't play Crucible with your friends on PlayStation 4, but if you want to go over to PlayStation 4, you could buy the copy and bring your characters over and play with them over there. You can play like the single player, but not Crucible. Bad example because it's a multiplayer only game. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm saying, like, if there was something like that where you could go, or forget that, bad example. You can go over there and play your single player game with your fully progressed character. That may not mean a lot to you, but maybe it does. I don't know, because crossplay would enable the fact that you'd be able to play the multiplayer, right? That's the thing, and that's what you're saying. One goes hand in hand with the other. Sony's got to make here's the thing. Sony's getting backed into a corner for the first time in 4 years. They're at a point right now where they're at a crossroads.
And our friend Xbot says you don't want to back things in the corners.
You definitely don't. Crap. Okay, especially in a circular room.
Exactly.
Right? Thank you. So my whole thing, but the whole thing is that, like, I think Sony's gonna have to make a move, and I think Sony's gonna fold because you've got the media, you've got Nintendo and Xbox on the same size. Which the last time that happened, George Washington crossed the Delaware, folks. That's just a little history lesson for you guys. That's never happened, by the way.
History with Mooch.
Yes, thank you. Video game history. But
that would make a good bit, by the way.
It wouldn't be bad. They'd be non-factual facts.
Hey, remember we were going to do Kojima facts like a long time ago?
We should do some more of them.
This was about the time when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, right?
Yes.
And everybody was like, my God, Kojima, he's so great. And me and Mooch were like on Twitter going back and forth with Kojima facts. Did you know that Kojima invented this? Or Kojima did? It was just like ridiculous. Sort of like the God of War facts, but Kojima.
Kojima invented the shoeless, or the can't even say it. Kojima invented everything, folks. Just know that
he invented the flip flop with the one big toe covering.
Oh my
I forget
god.
what that's called, but yeah, apparently that's all thanks to him.
What you guys don't know is Cory Balrog is the first son of Kojima, which is why God of War is so good.
It's true. And if you guys didn't know, the throwable axe, Kojima's idea. So if you want to make a good game,
I mean,
you gotta have a throwable axe.
Video games, I thought. I mean, come on, get out of here.
He was able to do that, and that's just what a great guy he is. I mean, he invented.
He didn't even take credit for it. I mean, that's just
he invented FedEx.
How humble he is.
Yeah, he invented FedEx, and now he's got a game coming out about FedEx delivery. So that's props to him, and that's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him. I want to talk about this, even though it's a bit of a Sony thing. It's not really. I guess it's from Sony, but it really pertains to Xbox as well. So they were talking to this first-party studio developer, right? And so this guy, his name's Stuart, and he works on Xbox exclusive games from like Killzone to Wipeout. And Sony even closed down this guy's studio, Gorilla Cambridge, right? But he's still working on PlayStation exclusives. Why stick with Sony? Well, guess what? He said, I've never really been interested in Xbox. I don't know if that makes me a fanboy or not. He says, but there were more practical reasons for sticking with Sony, the most important of which was Sony allowing its studios to retain their freedom and independence while also furnishing them with resources. He said, individual studios have their own culture and their own tech and their own games, and to a large degree, you are masters of your own destiny. But then you still get the power of the mothership, especially if they get behind your game like they did with, say, Little Big Planet. He also described the idea of working on a first-party developer in the context of a console war. He said, I always described it to myself like you are a foot soldier on the front line of the console war, because it's the exclusives that make the purchase decision for most people. So when you see Naughty Dog doing Uncharted, it's like our team scored a goal. And of course, Microsoft has theirs, but you always felt like you were a bit ahead. Let's not talk about Nintendo then, he said. Then he laughed, and that's the end of his context. So, Mooch, console wars are bad.
Yeah.
Grow up.
There you go, folks.
Stop cheering. Stop cheering. But then you realize that these developers do this too. They are into the console war, and they cheer for their team to win.
Of course they are. They all are. They all have a side, guys. Everybody has a side. The media has a side. The media, for the most part, is a Sony fan, for the most part. And you have these developers. And this guy here, since he's been canned and then rehired or moved or shifted to another developing team, it just shows how strong the console wars are. This guy's been let go and then picked back up and moved to another studio, and his alliance and his allegiance is with Sony. And listen, I'm actually not going to give the guy any shit. I'm not.
No.
You know why? Because each and every one of you that's listening to this, whether you like the show or not, are part of the console war. And the console war has been going on since before most of you were born. And guess what? When we're all gone, whatever game is in existence, someone will be arguing with somebody.
Faster on my TV. Yeah.
So it is what it is, guys. It's not like it's that big of a deal. I mean, I don't understand why you can't have a preference. I don't get that. That I've never understood. These guys that are on Twitter and on YouTube, and they're like, everybody light a candle, hold hands, regardless of how far your state is from the other guy, and we're going to get this done. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
The whole non-preference thing. I mean, you can have a preference at everything else. The car you drive,
everything,
phone you use,
sports,
the sports. Yeah, I mean, literally everything. But when it comes to video games,
sneakers,
you're all of a sudden like...
There's two people arguing right now, Hellhammer, at a gas station, whether they should pump 89 or 92.
Yeah.
89, 92.
92. What are you doing?
You're
crazy.
What?
Yeah, Coors or Bud Light, like what this is what people do.
I got a friend of mine that works actually in the beer business. He's really kind of funny, and he says literally, so he'll go in early on Monday and do his big grocery store chains, and he'll move his Coors Light display to the front and move the Budweiser display from Friday night to the back. So all week he's got Coors Light. He notices on Thursday when he's not there, the Bud Light guy moves all their shit to the front and the Coors Light back again. This is a nonstop battle. And if you think they're just doing this for business, they're also doing it for consumers. And consumers feel that way. There's people who like a certain brand over something else, and that's okay. It's really okay. You shouldn't get, like they say, toxic or bad or, you go crazy over it. But at the same time, I really do think that it's okay to like your brand. So when he says that, I think he's right. Do I also think his comment about exclusives is right? It's funny, Crap, because originally the answer is yes. The answer is yes. But this generation threw a wrench, right? When they should have thrown a dodgeball. And the problem was because they did
dodge, dip, duck, dive,
and Microsoft couldn't dodge the wrench, so they couldn't dodge a ball.
Exactly.
So what happened was
they're learning. Though.
They are learning. They've learned. Patches O'Houlihan.
Patches O'Houlihan, yeah.
Great coach, folks.
Yes,
great coach.
great.
But the thing about it is that, like, when they threw the wrench was power. So Sony didn't have a lot of exclusives at launch. So Sony went out there with the power narrative.
They had Resogun.
They did have Resogun.
Yeah.
But they had Resogun in 1080p.
They had NAC
In 1080p.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So Microsoft comes out with their exclusives that are better games, but 900p or sub 900p. And that's that just didn't work out. So the media was saying, hey, listen, now, since the games that are exclusives are subpar on both sides, in their opinion, they said, we got to look at the multiplats. And the multiplats are coming out 1080p or 900p. So they're like, if you have $60 in your pocket and 2 consoles, which one do you buy? Well, naturally, you buy the 1080p. And Sony took that right to the gravy train. Right to the gravy train. And that combined with the bad press of the whole TV thing, you have what this generation became. That's the oddity. And now you sit here, you have Digital Foundry saying that Spider-Man is going to be in 1440p, and you've got all these Xbox games coming out. You got Rod Ferguson saying 4K 60 for Gears 5, and nobody's batting an eye at all those P's that are missing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's only a few thousand,
It's only a few thousand, right? Yes. I mean, that's the thing.
Well, it's so funny, though, because I remember when Sunset Overdrive come out and PlayStation 4 fanboys swore up and down that if that game had released on PS4, it would be 1080p, 60 frames per second, right? If when the sequel comes out or when this eventually, because everybody thought it was a timed exclusive, when it comes out on PS4, it's going to be 10. We'll get the real version, 1080p, 60 frames per second. And here we are, Spider-Man is going to be 30 frames per second on their base PS4, 30 frames per second on the PS4 Pro. Obviously, that's not working out too well for them, And I think that it's just so funny because you look around at the landscape of gaming, and I saved some of these screenshots. It was like Destiny beta, 900p on Xbox. You got Destin Legary holding. Yeah, you got Destin Legary holding the 1080p PS4 and a 900p Xbox One for a different game. Prey or this game is only 792p. This was seriously what everybody talked about.
That's all it was.
And
I am so glad we're past that.
Man, I would love to know why we're not talking about that.
I don't know.
Why aren't we talking about that still?
Because Sony's still the darling. That's why.
Exactly. So
because Xbox has better numbers, and now nobody cares about numbers anymore. You have to be a gamer. You love games. Games love you, right?
It's gonna be really. Isn't it gonna be fun, Fox? Isn't it gonna be really fun when Microsoft has all 5-6 of their new studios on full blast, and their games are coming out, and they have the Power Crown? I wonder what's gonna be next. It's gonna what's gonna go back to? Sony's got a sleeker designed box. They did that too. They did that too this generation.
Yeah. Or it's gonna be they're gonna harp on the Metacritic stuff. Which they already try to do that now. You know what I mean? Which it's a little bit ridiculous, but hey, you got to switch the narrative. I get it. I don't think, here's the thing. I don't think that those PlayStation 4 fanboys really cared about resolution because until this generation, I never heard it talked about, but it was only a thing because it helped Sony. And then when Sony didn't have any games but NAC and, Resogun, to launch with, of course they're going to stick to, third parties. That's everybody plays third parties and we play them best. That was what mattered the most.
Nobody talked about resolution, at least not on the console side.
Yeah,
the 360,
exactly.
PS3.
Exactly. And now it matters. It matters, it doesn't matter because 4K or whatever Xbox One X can do obviously is so much better than the PS4. Not even just resolution, but graphically, the things that they're doing on the Xbox One X are far superior to any, you play Crash Bandicoot Collection on Xbox One X, and it's like a different game.
Oh yeah, not only just graphically, but that game just controls so much better too.
Exactly, it's so much better, and it looks so much better, and that's so funny. Truthbringer says 1080p makes you a better gamer. Duh. Well, if 1080p makes you a better gamer, what does 4K do? I'm curious because I got a shirt that says 4K makes you a better gamer, and some people actually wore it. Hey, over 530 watching, hit the like button. I appreciate it. But I do think that, go ahead, Fox.
I was gonna say, you know what's interesting when he pointed out the studios and how they get freedom and the equipment and they could do whatever they want and make whatever beautiful dream they were thinking of, whatever. That's
Yeah.
cool. Xbox is doing the same thing with their studios, but nobody's saying that specifically. They're just kind of saying, "Hey, we'll see what you do, but it better be as good as Naughty Dog."
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, but this guy, he was part of a studio that made Rigs.
Rigs.
Yeah, exactly. That game made me sick. But not only that, but he's still doing a PlayStation.
Whoa! And you still
It got me sick. It did. Yeah, that was one that got me sick. But yeah, now he's also working on a PlayStation VR game as well. So I don't know. It just goes to show you, man. Sony indoctrinates these people so badly, that even after they close down your damn studio, they're like, Sony's the best. We got Naughty Dog.
He's a soldier. He made it seem like he's more of a soldier than a developer.
He is, man. And I'm not faulting the guy because I think that's fine. But it's like he really puts it out there how most of these people think. I know that a lot of them like to put on this happy face and they shake hands or whatever. Kumbaya bullshit. But at the end of the day, they all want to do what's best for their particular brands. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that I'm trying to get across. I'm not saying be toxic about it. I'm saying it's okay to cheer on one and to be happy when one does.
It's normal.
Well. Yeah.
It's just normal. It is what it is. We all do it. Yeah.
Exactly. 100%. Salty, got anything to say on this?
I don't know, man. This guy he sounds like a trooper, Good for him.
he's a soldier in that Sony army.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. So once you go over 1080p, then resolution doesn't matter. Is that how it goes? I'm just trying to figure it out because it just all of a sudden just changed. I'm just like resolution.
I'm like trying to figure it out.
Where did this go, man? It's crazy. We all remember it, right? Unless you have a short memory, and a lot of people do because you ask them about it. But it's like, hey, we still look at our TVs. They all have pixels. You increase it, it looks better, but it's like Digital Foundry ain't doing that shit no more. IGN's not doing it. It's like every day we got like, video. It's like every game, it was the big story, and it's just like, okay, nothing. I'm like, all right.
Exactly.
Weird.
We're not seeing.
That's a great point that Salt brings up. And we've said it before. I'll say it again. That's a great point. Like Digital Foundry had 2 or 3 videos a day of like the difference in like pixel density, shadows,
pixel density,
resolution, like everything. And now it's like once a week at best, and it's still very, very broad. And they still pay the PlayStation a compliment.
Yeah,
still looks very good on the PlayStation, doesn't it, John? It looks great, Ken.
Bloody hell, it looks amazing. What are you talking about? Yes. So anyway, they do that, right? Here's the thing. They do that, and it's so funny because early on, when you look at the Xbox One comparisons and stuff, they were bragging about grass on the PS4 version. Yeah. Literally, I thought this was a joke, and PS4 fanboys were making videos about this. GTA 5 has some more. Look at the grass comparison. Look, this is the same spot, but look, it's got more grass right there. And I was like, is this seriously what it's come down to? And then at that part in this whole console war in this generation was the point when I was just like, it's ridiculous. I'm going to go all in and have fun with this because obviously these people are either insane or just, I didn't even know what to think at that point. But to actually compare grass had me just
because they got that PC complex on there. That's the same thing that the PC elitists do and stuff too. They're like, look at the difference in the settings. There's like 100 blades of extra grass here.
Yeah, and then the same time,
that only cost me an extra $500 to run that at 60 frames.
Not only that, but when they play a game like PUBG, what do? They turn down the grass so that people that they're playing against are when they're in the grass and they think
everybody just tells you to turn down, so that way everybody's at the same thing.
Yeah, so that you can see them. They think they're hiding behind stuff, but nope, because people on the other PC are turning down their settings, and that's just that's another reason why.
And then what about the narrative? Power doesn't matter for the longest time, and then from E3, the biggest takeaways that we got was Ghost of Tsushima was what stood out for people. It's like the way the game looked, right? And then God of War. this game looks amazing, and it's like that. It's just, come on, guys. I mean, it's crazy. Narrative shifts.
Not only that, they're like, power doesn't matter. PS5,
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they can't wait for that PS5 to come out. Here's the
power
truth.
Doesn't matter. Hey, you guys got that PS5 coming out of the time soon?
Yeah, come on, that PS5, we need it.
The other thing nobody talks about too is the controller issue. I mean, now I've been playing more PS4. Like, to be honest, 3 hours of that controller and it's dead. It's not even the battery is a big issue, right? Because I remember playing through Detroit and I had to charge that controller up like I don't even know how many times. I basically at some point I just gave up and just kept the damn thing plugged in. But it's not even that. It's like play Crash Bandicoot on the PS4 and then play it on the Xbox and tell me which one, like, regardless of what you think of the controller design or anything like that, just how the response is.
Yeah,
it's so much more fluid and better.
Algorithm Arcade says, what do you guys think of Ninja Theory releasing a Heavenly Sword Xbox One X enhanced remastered followed by Heavenly Sword 2 Xbox One X exclusive? I'm not sure if Microsoft, I think Sony might own that IP.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, so I don't think they can. I think what I believe is Ninja Theory is working on a new IP.
Yeah, they could do something similar to that effect, but not Heavily Rain.
Yeah,
I mean Heavily Sword. My bad.
Yeah, Heavily Rain.
Heavy rain in my brain. But yeah, I don't think they can do that. It would be awesome though to see that. But yeah, that's the end of that story.
Yeah,
they're on Xbox now.
Yeah, I have that. I have that game on PS3.
Same.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I have a bunch of PS3 games. So good times. Oh, I also got some. This is interesting. 182 games on Game Pass. Mooch, is it a contender? Is it a contender, Mooch? Is it a contender now? I don't know. Is it a contender or is it a never was?
Well, I mean, listen, 182 games. I mean, I remember, I can't remember who it was that somebody did a video. It could have been you, Crap. Someone was reading through and they're like, well, it's coming around. And I think maybe there's a couple of games in there. And they listed the games and I'm like, they weren't stellar. Now I do know that this past month, I would say month or 2 months, with the addition of like Fallout 4, what is it there? War Vermintide or whatever that is.
Warhammer.
Right.
Came out
Warhammer
yesterday.
Vermintide 2,
actually,
right?
at midnight. So
midnight today.
Yeah.
I think those are great additions to it. That's the kind of stuff that you need to have. That's kind of like when, you turn on Netflix and there's like, I don't know, I can't even give you an example, but like maybe an old, like all the Captain America movies are on there right now, right?
Yeah.
Or right, or the Thor, right? Exactly. So like they're old, you've seen them, but you like them. And that's what's great about like, the Fallout, that era where you have a couple of years, but there's still AAA blockbusters that are in there. That's quality for gamers to see value. But I think we need to see a little bit more than like being like, all right, everybody, we had a whole show of Inside Xbox around soccer cars. And you're like, stop it. It's just like, that doesn't really hold my, so do I think it's a never was? Remember what I said, Crap, and I know we used the joke, but Netflix was kind of a joke the first couple of years. What about Bob? Right? I think maybe Alf. You're going to stream Alf. There's some, Fraggle Rock. There's some wacky shit on there at first, and you're like, what the hell is this? It's like your grandparents' like VHS collection on digital. So you're like, all right, I don't know what's going on here. So anyways, Game Pass is kind of a little bit still lost in the shuffle. But here's the thing. We see they're doing the right thing. Game Pass is going to be the future. It really, really is. Is it the future for the hardcore? Probably not, because we're still buying the games day and date. You want to own them, and I respect that, and I get it. But for people that are casuals that can now pick up for $10 a month and play, 200, 300, 400 games, some of them absolutely terrible, and some of them some of the best games to ever come out. Crap, it's building its reputation, and it takes time. I would say Game Pass becomes an actual
you don't want to play Roundabout? Or,
no, I don't. Roundabout, I don't want to play, or Slime Rancher.
Well, look, they've got Gears of War, the whole everything. They got Gears
Halo.
1, 2, 3, 4, Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Halo 5, Halo Wars 2, Halo
look, I don't think it's necessarily just for the casual gamer. I don't think like the hardcore gamer, like say like you or me or anybody here on this panel is gonna be like, oh, this is great or whatever. But there are some people out there who who would consider themselves hardcore gamers or who play all the time or maybe can't afford to buy all these games, up front or day and date.
And achievement hunters definitely love this.
Yeah, well, if you look at people, you know what they're playing. Like, okay, I can give you a good example. There's this Zombie Army Trilogy game that's on there, right?
Play it all the time.
Exactly. So you're not the only one I see playing that, though. I do actually see people, and this was a game that I myself had thought about getting, and then I was like,
looked at it multiple times.
Is that multiplayer, Fox?
Yeah, it's co-op.
4-player.
Yeah,
on the campaign and on the horde mode.
Is it okay? So the campaign is also 4-player co-op.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
So that's what I'm saying.
I have Game Pass. Crap has it. Fox, do you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. We're all. Hey,
Salty, you do too?
Yep.
We're all Game Pass.
Not bad for a bunch of hardcore people that are playing a Never Was.
All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Mooch. We're all hardcore, right? But there's games out. We don't have limitless supplies of money falling out of the sky. Some people may, but there's a lot of games that we question. We're like, hey, I don't know. I think I might want to buy that. Yeah, exactly. So then you're like, you put it off. But the beauty about Game Pass is it allows for us to play Zombie Army Trilogy and not spend money on it and enjoy those experiences.
Great
and
point.
The thing about games is it's so subjective. You could love Sea of Thieves, I could hate it. You could love Zombie Army Trilogy, I could say it's dog shit. That's the way things go. And then when you're trying to compute value for Game Pass, it's so complicated. But how much does it really take for people to get $10 worth of gameplay out of Game Pass? It's not that much. What is $10? What can you buy with $10 at McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? It's a very good value, and it's hard to argue at this point. You know?
Yeah, if you really think about it, right? $10 is basically a movie ticket to go see a 2-hour movie.
Right. Oh, that's so why I always said the economics of $1. If people did what Salty's saying, what Hellhammer just said, you're 100% right. I mean, I know people that, and for some reason I still don't get it, but I know some people that do the annual, or not the annual, pardon me, but the monthly YouTube, right? They do that because they like what YouTube offers as far as shows, content, and music. And you get videos, live videos too. So you can do entire concerts uninterrupted for whatever it is. I think it's $10 or $11 a month. So getting back to Salty's point, it's really hard to argue. But here's the thing, okay? YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all these big boys, and now Game Pass. We're seeing that Microsoft is continuously feeding the pot. If this was still the same 99 games that they launched with maybe 1 or 2 extras and just their exclusives, maybe it's not worth it to a lot. But now, crap, what was the new number? 186?
182.
That's a good amount of games, folks.
So, that is. And
real quick, sorry, I'm on one today. But do you guys buy movies anymore? Or are you guys digital?
I buy 4K Blu-rays.
Certain movies.
The only thing I'll buy.
Marvel movies.
Salt, let me give you an example, Salt. I held out as long as possible buying the 4K Blu-rays. I said this a long time ago. Now I'm done, and I'm doing digital because let's just take the new Infinity War. It's coming out, right? July 31st versus August 12th.
Yep.
What have you done for me lately? I'm not waiting that long. I'm watching it July 31st, and I'm buying it digitally on my Xbox.
It's just it's weird if you look at it. Sorry, crap, but if you look at it where we are with this digital age and the way we've gone with video games, we're pretty much. I personally am all digital. We're looking at Game Pass. It's just like it's hard to change. Like change is hard for human beings. They resist it. But if you look at the way this market's going, Microsoft is the first of what is going to happen to the industry because you're digital, you get access to games, it's day and date, they're adding titles. It's just like people want instant gratification in this day and age. It's just all over the place. You have access to all these games, and then you start getting games day and day. It's awesome. You know?
Yeah. Predator says, notice how no one is talking about Vermintide being day and date on Game Pass for Xbox, but $30 everywhere else. This is a good point. It might not be a big, huge AAA title, but it's an Xbox One X enhanced game from the screenshots that I've seen. It looks really good.
Well, when I was playing the part of Frank Costanza's lawyer, and I was pulling crap off of the ledge when Game Pass came out, I said, crap, once these games start to come out day and date, and don't get me wrong, he was right in the fact that you're not going to get EA, like Madden's not going to come out day and date. But these are the types of things that people see worth in crap, right? You know what I mean? Like this is when you see a movie that you were like, all right, Ready Player One. Crap even said it himself. He said he thought it was okay. I know a lot of people said it was okay, right? Yeah. That's a movie when it comes to Netflix. that I'd be like, I'm glad this came to Netflix. I didn't go see it in the theater, right?
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I didn't see. Sadly, I didn't get to see Infinite War, whatever that is.
Oh my god! Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that stuff. I know. It's like I know what happens.
He's
right?
missed all the good stuff, right? Meanwhile, I'm like up to date. I've seen every Marvel movie in theaters.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a loser, but you know, I'm with you, Mooch. But here's the thing, right? Like when Black Panther came out, I think I rented it, but then I also bought the 4K Blu-ray just because I like that's Luca's like F you crappy. Hey, I haven't seen it, but you know, I did see Justice League in the theater, so there's that, and I fell asleep in it. So
you guys don't mind if I just back out of this podcast right now? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I just got done the other night coming back from Ant-Man and Wasp. So.
Yeah, I heard that was really good too. I just, you know what? I haven't seen. I don't go to the movies a lot.
I think the Ant-Man movie's definitely a wait for digital. That's like you know what I mean, that's the B in the Marvel family. I mean, I like Paul Rudd as much as the next guy, but let's be honest with you. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, on the way home, no, pull over here, honey. Let me get my Ant-Man T-shirt.
Hey, I can't help it. Like,
so
it is nobody. That damn Star Wars.
I know you did, Foxy. A lot of people went. I just think it's a B movie.
That terrible Star Wars movie is what killed me. The movies for me, like movies, I always associate with having a good time, and when you go and you have a bad time, you know, it's like that. It's like, and I explained this to Mooch. I was like, it's like food poisoning. You stay away from the thing that gave you food poisoning. Yeah. So not only did I not go see Solo, but maybe I won't even go see episode 9 in theaters. You know,
like you will go see yes, you will.
I don't know. You'll go in there. You'll be like, "Well, hyped up." You'll be like,
Blockbusters.
Then you'll be like, "Damn, that sucks."
Yeah, you gotta go see it. You gotta give it that experience.
Maybe, but listen. They have to fix that. They have to fix what they did. And again, I don't want to get into this whole thing about that movie. But
all of episode.
I don't believe you, crappy.
You've gotta respect.
You got sick while playing VR, but then you still went back to VR anyway.
Well, I got. Well, damn it, Foxy calling me out. But listen,
but I love you.
I know, but listen. I don't. Here's the thing, right? Like, I don't know. It's like for movies, for me, it's like they're expensive, and you know, I don't know. Just like I would much rather spend money on a game or something than a movie. You know, at least in the theater. Like if I can't own it and watch it multiple times, you know, so I usually just wait and then I'll buy them or whatever. But yeah, I actually, what the hell were we talking about? Game Pass? Ended up getting on movies, but yeah, right. 182 games, man. That's absolutely huge. I don't know if it's. I think they're in the right direction. I think this is going to really take off.
182 copies of Roundabout right now.
Well, no, dude. Listen, they've got. Hold on, I have the list.
I mean, there's some really good ones in there,
like iDarb, Abzu, Banjo Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, Bayonetta. That's a good one. City Skylines. That's actually a really good game. They've got Darksiders 1 and 2 remastered, which are cool because people might want to check those out before the third one comes out. Yep, they've got Fable Anniversary, Fable 2, Fable 3, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, all the Gears games, Halo 5, Halo Wars 2. They just
added Shadow Complex. I got to check that one out.
Shadow Complex Remastered, which is a great game. Homefront: The Revolution, which looks great on the X. Injustice, Gods Among Us, Jetpack Refueled, Cameo, which is a great game, Lego Star Wars, Limbo, really good game, Mass Effect, Max the Curse of Brotherhood, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, Mega Man Legacy Collection, Oddworld, New and Tasty, NBA Playgrounds, Payday 2, that Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2 Revelations, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Roundabout, woo! Saints Row 4 reelected. Scream Ride, Sea of Thieves. Woo!
Oh, there you go.
I mean, look, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. They've got Sunset Overdrive. They've got a lot of good games on there now. And of course, The Division, Mooch. You're on that daily.
Oh God.
So,
you know what's worse than The Division being in Game Pass is when The Division 2 comes out and everybody tries to talk everybody getting back into it. Oh,
dude. you know, Def Jam Bam is gonna be all over.
Come on, Moose. Come on. They made it from like 65,000 bullets to like 45,000 bullets. Let's go.
I tried to get into that game recently twice, and I just couldn't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I rather.
It's not good.
Hey, that first week, that campaign was awesome. That first week.
Listen, I got news for you. So everyone has a certain like Ubisoft games are that's just not my bag. They're just not my bag.
That's not my bag,
baby. They're not. I don't know what it is. They're just not. Like I don't care for the Assassin's Creed games. I didn't like Division. I don't know. I just even the Ghost Recon, which don't get me wrong, well done.
Yeah,
well done game.
I have that. I mooched that, and I haven't played it.
So did I, and I don't.
Was trash.
Yeah, thank you, Salt. No, I'm glad. Thank God Salt's around. I'll be honest with you. I just for some reason I can't get into the Ubisoft games. I don't know why.
It's interesting that like some of them get popular after the fact, after they've been out for a year or so. Like
that's because those are games as a service.
Yeah, it's so weird though. Like Rainbow Six Siege and then For Honor somehow are way more popular right now.
Yeah, I know why Mooch doesn't like Ubisoft, because he actually likes Finnish games, you know?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, damn.
I mean, Ubisoft's made some good games. I mean, it just depends on where it's at.
Yeah, Trials. I like those.
I do like Trials. Yes, I like Trials too. There you go. I'm with you, Fox. That's it.
But I'll say that like the newer Assassin's Creed games, not the old ones, the ones like Assassin's Creed 4 and the open world Assassin's Creed's like in that same vein. Origins, those ones have been really good. So those two games.
Ooh,
South Park games.
I like Rayman.
Rayman games have been really good. Watch Dogs 2 was really good. Watch Dogs 1 I liked.
The word really, Hellhammer. Okay, it was good. No, not really. The first one was awful. So if you really like the second one, from awful, you can't go to really good. It's just good.
Which game was that?
Watch Dogs.
Oh, God.
Oh, Watch Dogs was amazing. The second one, the first one stunk.
Amazing.
Dude, I'm telling you, Mooch, I do not put 40 hours in a game in a row anymore. I played that damn game.
Let's do this over here, man. Come on, bro. Get in a latte. Let's blow this up. I'm not doing that for 60 hours.
You don't have to do it for 60 hours. You do it for like 30 to 40 hours, but it was a lot of fun.
Let's go over here. Blow this up. No way, dude. No way.
Like you didn't like. I liked it, man. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well done. So much better than the first one. The first one was a damn sleeping pill.
Well, listen, the first one was bad, but the reason I give the first one, I give a lot of the early games a pass because that was the first game to come out this generation that was like, hey, look, we're actually using new gen hardware. Like everything else was a remaster, right, or a launch title. So in its defense, I give Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 2 was just a Watch Dogs again.
No, it was much better, dude. It was like
I like the better.
No, I like the lighthearted take on it much better, in my opinion. So I mean, that's my opinion. You know, like you're entitled to yours. I get it, man. You're not a big fan. I get it. Like the California.
No, it's not that. It's the Ubisoft games. I don't like every time you start an Ubisoft game. Right, 5 minutes in, you hit the map. They're like, hit this button for the map. You hit the map, it blows up, and there's 6,500 fucking icons. And you're like, what am I supposed to do first? All of them. You're like, what? I mean, get out of here.
You can argue that that's a you problem because most people like to buy a game and have stuff to do. I have a lot of stuff to do on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I also don't like to buy property that has 10 acres of lawn to mow.
Well, no, here's the thing, Mooch. I'm with you because I think there's a such thing as too open world, right? But this was basically. Hold on. This game was basically
because if it doesn't have the Fable line, the little gold line, that leads you.
Oh man,
exactly where you got to go. Crapgamer's out because he'll never finish it ever.
That's not exactly true because that's not true. I've beaten plenty of games where they didn't have that that line to tell you where to go. But on this one, it's like. It's a direct thing on the map that like you can mark
it doesn't point you exactly where to go.
Yeah,
you gotta know what you're gonna.
exact entrance you got to use to the area that you go to. Too. Use the door on the right west side.
Well, that was what I liked about Skyrim. You had that potion where you used it, and it would like that line that you could follow to the thing where you got to go.
No.
Yeah.
I'll give
Hey,
credit where
man,
credit's due. The Far Cry series is decent.
Those are games that I liked. Far Cry 3, but man, Far Cry 5, I couldn't get into that hardly at all. That was a big glitch fest for me when I played it.
It's not a glitch where you're playing on PC.
No, I'm playing it on Xbox One X.
I was starting to get into the game, right? I get to this part where you got to go steal this truck or whatever, and this guy's with you.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm driving down the road, going past this intersection. The guy falls out of the truck that I'm driving. And so you get to continue. This guy's got to be in the truck with you. I stop. Nothing happens. A bunch of cars come by, hit him, knock him out. They pick him up. And this just repeats for 30 minutes to the point where I just turn off the game. I've never played it since.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Like Fallout, what the hell's that game? Far Cry.
Far Cry.
I would like that game much better if it was third person. I think.
Yeah, I think if it was third person, I probably would enjoy it more.
Yeah,
I'm not as big into the first person games unless it's a shooter.
Yeah, like Halo or whatever. But yeah, like Fallout 5. I couldn't.
I mean, Salty Saints overrated. I will say the overrated party's right. It's not that good, but if you said to me, you've got to play an Ubisoft game, that's the one I'm picking. I mean,
really?
I picked the Far Cry series. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I like Assassin's Creed a lot.
Nope.
You know?
That's my least.
He's like, nope.
Nope. You're a hawk. You're climbing. You're fighting, and do it until you're dead.
Assassin's Creed Origins is like one of the best games I've played.
Yeah, it's a grindy. It's a little grindy at the end. But
get on the camel. Let's go.
Yeah, no. Listen, you don't have to. You can fast travel, and you can also just push down and follow the trail, and the camel will take you to the next destination.
Those overworld games like that, for me, I enjoy them because I like the exploration, right? Like I'll be walking somewhere, I'll be like, oh, cool, what's up there? What's in that cave? What's over there? So that's why I like those kind of games.
Yeah,
like that's the same reason why I like The Witcher, why I like Skyrim, why I like all that stuff. Like for me, that's the whole point of the game, is that I can make it kind of my own. I can go do what I want to do. I get sidetracked from doing what the main quest or whatever, and I end up doing 100 hours on a game, and that's fine for me.
Yeah, I hear you. I just I'm with you on that. I'm gonna get Odyssey because I think it looks good. I like that whole like Greek type thing. You know what I mean?
Odyssey's gonna be great. That's gonna be a great game.
It's a pass for me.
You almost did that same thing that Mooch does with Spider-Man. Hey Mooch, how's Spider-Man gonna be? You're supposed to be like,
don't get started on that.
Hey Mooch, how's Spider-Man?
You already know how it's gonna be. Somebody start the beat.
How's it gonna be, Mooch?
Swing to the left. Swing to the right.
But you're supposed to be like great, like before I can even finish it.
That's so good. It is.
Great.
It's gonna be great. It's the best thing ever. So great.
But Spider-Man, great.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about it. Great.
It's great.
It's wonderful.
Swing to the left. Swing to the right. Punch kick.
Foxy was supposed to clap.
Oh man.
She's looking forward to the game.
Foxy's playing. She's playing Assassin's Creed. That's why.
Oh no.
Come on. Assassin's Creed.
I miss Prince of Persia.
Hey, anyway. I'll be honest with you. Those first few Assassin's Creeds, I'm with you right there with you, Mooch. Like Assassin's Creed, like 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood, all those ones. Yeah, 100% with you. I think those games are boring.
Bad.
Never got into them.
Bad.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? This is another one of those things, like, because Sony, for some reason, like Yoshida's doing these interviews and he's talking about something. And so it is PS4 related, but I think even Salty, who doesn't have a PS4, can chime in, maybe agree. Yoshida was talking about their exclusives, and he said he wishes they had more success on the multiplayer side of things while he was attending this conference. Basically, he's disappointed that they haven't really done the multiplayer side of things like they did last generation when they did, like Killzone 2, Killzone 3. They had a couple of SOCOM games. They had MAG. They had Dust 514. They had the Resistance 1, 2, and 3.
Well,
they had a lot
when they killed
Warhawk.
SOCOM.
Yeah, Warhawk was big.
Yeah, Warhawk. Me and Hellhammer tried playing Warhawk. Ugh.
There's too much going on for you, huh?
I always thought it was a mess.
Everybody, what's going on in the map?
No. Everybody looked exactly alike. So.
Yeah. Very simple game, but still very cool.
It was simple, especially coming from a dude that I was into like Call of Duty and Halo at that time. So, that's just for me. But Mooch, what do you think? I mean, Sony gets a huge pass on the multiplayer stuff, and to hear Yoshida come out and say, "Yeah, disappointed that we don't do more multiplayer, haven't had more success." What do you think about that, Mooch?
Well, it just comes down to everything that they do, right? I mean, they don't have a lot of multiplayer games. They don't have everyone likes to say, well, there's no difference between PSN and Xbox Live. I don't really know where you're playing, but like there's a huge problem there. There's a huge difference.
I would like fries with that.
Right? Exactly. So, I mean, realistically, we've said this for ages. I don't know why. Where's the media with their harping, right? Why the media loves to harp on it. They harped on Microsoft because of a power brick for 4 years.
Yeah.
So you can't bring up the fact that Sony doesn't have any emphasis in the multiplayer space.
I'll give Sony a thumbs up on one thing at least, right? Since they're charging money to play online now, there probably are a hell of a lot less griefers than there were and trolls than there were on the PS3 days where everybody had like 100 accounts. And there was no fear of getting banned because you're on PSN.
That's a good point.
Hey guys, this is me on PSN. Hi. What's up? Can you guys hear me? It's me.
Oh my God.
Crapgamer on PSN. Hey, you want fries with that? Yeah. Hey, fries with that. Thank you. Over. Breaker, PSN. This is what it sounds like. Mooch.
Sorry.
That was a pretty good.
That was too accurate. Too fucking accurate.
That's exactly the point. So I mean,
Hey, you know what a good analogy of it is? It's like when your mom used to buy you Walmart cereal. It's kind of like the name brand.
I mean, you get instead of like Fruit Loops, you get like Fruit Wheels or whatever.
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah,
Fruit Wheels.
Yeah, here's Fruit Wheel. No, that used to happen. That's
was that real?
I mean. Yeah,
Fruit Wheels.
Fruit Wheels.
I thought it was just a good analogy.
No, that's a real thing. There's also instead of the what the hell are they? Instead of the checks, there's crispy hexagons. That's a real thing too. Like legitimately, I seen them the other day. It's like crispy hexagons. I'm like, what? Oh, you couldn't slightly okay name?
No, you know what they used to do as well was like because you could just buy like parents would often buy just those cereal containers and then just empty the cereal into the containers and be like, what? Or they buy the Flavor Aid instead of the Kool-Aid, and you're just like, that's
Flavor Aid.
Yeah,
I don't know, but that's a good.
Am I the only one that had that problem, or no?
I think that is a you problem, dude.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I really think that the issue is that nobody ever gives them any slack for it. I mean, Microsoft got plenty of slack this generation, rightfully so, for not having that single player, like push the same way Sony did. But then what's fair is fair, right? I don't understand. We've had so many community game nights where we were playing Gears and we were playing Halo and we had Titanfall. And I mean, those are just a few games to mention. And I do think that ultimately, now that I'm playing Crucible on Destiny on both systems, I mean, playing on the Xbox is extremely more comfortable. I know you get accustomed to things, you get used to things, and that's cool. And I get that argument. I really do. But realistically, the DualShock 4 is just, after playing that about an hour, man, it is just not comfortable.
Again, and I keep saying this because it really was noticeable with Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, how you can play on the DualShock 4, not even just the design of the controller or anything else, just the input lag on the thing.
Yeah,
like
it's not good. Like I said, when I play PS4 and they have some great games, they've had some. We've already been over it. The game of our lifetime, Mooch, God of War.
God of War, yes.
Yeah, the game of our humble existence.
I wouldn't be on this earth if it wasn't for that game.
Exactly, Fox. Exactly. I mean, without that, I wouldn't even know that games.
I actually heard there's a new God of War facts crap, that there's a new baby boom going on. That the minute that God of War came out, more children were born in birth,
and they named their sons Boy. I don't know why, but I mean,
here's impotence too. You guys hear that?
It doesn't. Damn. I mean, they can make a killing off that. Then they should really market that much better. Then seriously. So yeah, they obviously have some great games, but to be honest with you, that is a bit of a problem because I only have the one controller, and I and so you're constantly having to charge that damn thing up, and it makes it not fun. It's like not like the Xbox one.
You're always charging the PS4 controller. I remember one time came home from work and I was like, I'm gonna play some Detroit, right? The controller was fully charged when I turned it off the day before. I pick it up, controller flashes, the system turns on, controller's dead after that. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
It's because you need to have 2 controllers. That's the standard, okay?
I was just gonna say that.
If you don't have 2, it's your fault.
Both of them have 2 controls. Yep. This is true. They just swap them out.
I was like, I guess I'm not playing that game tonight.
I've been playing a lot more Destiny on, like I said, on PS4, and the people I've been hooking up with and just talking to, they say to me all the time, I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, I gotta I actually do. I have 2 PS4 controllers. They're like, we have to have 2 PS4 controllers. And I'm like, really?
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, dude, that's like our thing. That's what we do. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, again, these are the things, like you have Ryan McCaffrey and all these guys that work at IGN. They're like, that power brick, Ryan, really getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're going to talk about the power brick for
we need to fix that power brick.
That power brick's really bothering me, dude.
TV
but no one talks about like
put it in the box.
Right? You have to buy an extra PS4 controller just to play a game. Like, it is annoying, man. It's really, really bad.
On a good day, you get a solid 2.5, 3 hours of charge time on that PS4 controller.
So you know why? It's because it has that damn light on it.
Can't turn it off.
Yeah, it's like you should be able to turn that thing off. It drains the battery.
So we're all in agreement.
Off my TV and glares at my eyes.
Wow. So we're all in agreement that for the next system, they're gonna have a new design, right, for that controller.
Maybe. New design. I would say. I mean, ultimately, they're all going to be new. So new is too generic, but I would say different, but not that different. So you're going to have the exact same controller you have now, Foxy. But you're not. I don't think the light will be on there. You won't have.
I don't think they're going to have the little pad in the middle either.
The pad may also go. Right.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people like that though.
Dude, I constantly hit that thing.
Name him.
Yeah,
show me. Show me. I don't know anyone.
She's like, nobody's going to announce that they like that damn pad thing. It's terrible. Same thing with the speaker on that thing. Like, the first time I heard that thing, I was like, what the hell was that?
It sounds like, like they could have put a little bit better speaker than the McDonald's Happy Meal toy speaker on that.
It's terrible. But you know what?
All those things.
Speaking of new controllers, man, Xbox Elite version 2, like some information came out on that, and Windows Central kind of dug it up.
Yeah,
it's codenamed Spider. Yeah, it looks like it. It's going to have adjustable tension sticks, which I think is cool. So basically, some people like their sticks, the thumbsticks, to be like really like a little bit looser, and some people like
tight or loosey.
Yeah, exactly.
So they did that with skateboards. When you skateboard, you can have a loose skateboard, or you can have tight, depending on the tricks and stuff. Wow, that was really nerdy of me, but still, like, whatever.
When I used to skateboard back in the day, and you had to imagine that big fat ass skateboard, but it's true.
My brothers, they have it loose, and I have a tight skateboard. That's how I used to ride.
Yeah, the tension joysticks have been a big thing on the pro gaming market for a while now. Anyway, so that's good to hear that they'll be putting that on there.
Yeah. So anyway, this is going to be supposedly Bluetooth. They're going to announce it anytime now. It's codenamed Spider. It's going to have like these crisscrossing sticks on the back.
Why did they show this at E3 during the week?
I have no idea. I think
why didn't they show it inside Xbox?
Yeah, instead of showing like AC bongos looking like half melted.
Every pre-order you get the AC bongos cut out.
It's me, Uncle AC. Hey, I'm smart. They don't want me on Inside Xbox. I don't know why. They told me to go on holiday. I don't know. Forget about it. Yeah, I'm smart. They don't know. They don't know what I bring to the table. I tell them.
I can do it too.
I can do it too.
I can wear white gloves.
It's what Papa. He could totally pull that off. He could.
Oh no!
You know what's funny? Go back and watch Inside Xbox. Watch Major when he does his Major's Minute. He's looking at the teleprompter and he takes like a deep breath, like he's about to do like an underwater swim. He's like, takes this deep breath in, like he's got to do it. Can
I ask why did he need white glove for a controller? Why?
Can somebody explain to me why that controller? Didn't we see that controller has it comes with a charge station too? Is that the controller that comes with a charge station? Like an auto charger?
I think that's a separate thing, though.
Keep up to date with all the Xbox controllers. It's like a
that's
every hour.
Yeah, they did just announce a new one, which is weird because they usually only announce new controllers to counter PlayStation 4 exclusives. So
the other thing about Inside Xbox that confuses me, not to go back to our first subject again, but is the Major Nelson, Jeff Rubenstein, the way that they troll each other, is that scripted or do they not like each other?
I think they like each other. They're on the same podcast and stuff together.
Did you see that Jeff came over when he was doing the showing of the controller and he put his shoe? He took his shoe.
Oh my
off,
god, yeah.
And Major Nelson was like, and Jeff's shoe, and he launched it like it was a dead rat. He was like, chuck that shit right off the stage. And Jeff was like, fuck, now I got one shoe on. I look like an idiot. And I'm like, is this scripted or is this just like two guys that are kind of like busting each other's chops? I don't know. For some reason, it seemed very odd. But I mean, my thing about that controller when it came out was, first of all, I know a lot of people like it. I'm sorry, but teal's not my color. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not into the teal, so I'm not a big deal. But then when I saw that the back, I'm going to strike that from any kind of podcast. But I think that when I saw that the back had that charging station, I said, okay, look, I'm a big fan. I have charge and play kits for all my Xbox controllers. I like them. I don't like batteries. I think the batteries is a great option, but I like that the charge kit keeps the charge for 24 hours. I love that. But I mean, when I saw
a slave to the Duracell Corporation, so.
The what?
No, I'm not a slave
to the Duracell Corporation.
No, screw that. I like the batteries.
Big 24 packs every.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I have multiple recharging. The only problem that I had was the rechargeables that I had wouldn't work with the Elite. So I had to order a specific battery.
Because he doesn't have the actual official Microsoft ones. He's got like.
You got it. I was just gonna say, you gotta buy the Xbox ones. I know they're a couple bucks more, but they're worth every nickel. Because when you buy the ones,
my controller, I charge it literally once a week or so.
Yeah, it's
I only charge mine once a week as well.
You can't buy the JRX 900s. Okay, they don't work. All right.
I love how everybody's calling me out for being cheap, man. Look, I'm
not calling you out for it. I'm just saying you can't buy them.
Those were on sale. The ones that I got, the JRX 9000s or whatever.
Of course they're on sale. They don't work.
No, they work fine
for a week.
They work fine. I think it works good, and it came with like a really nice.
I remember when the guy. This is a great story. So I'm at GameStop and I'm talking to my buddy there. He's the manager, and I said to him, "Listen, dude. I want to grab a charger play game." So I grab the Xbox when I come up, and he goes, "Dude, you don't need to buy those." He's like, "Pick these up," and I'm like, "What are those?" And he's like, "This is our company, GameStop's version of we and you can get two for the same price." I go, "That right there, you already lost me." No. I go, "You're telling me that you're making two batteries for the price of their one battery, and your two batteries are going to last as long as theirs? Guaranteed." I said, "You're already full of shit. I'll take the Xbox one." No way. There's no way in God's green earth that's going to work. And you know what? I know for a fact that doesn't. And this story just proves it. Crap. There's no way. You got to buy the Xbox one. It's a couple bucks more. It's worth it.
Listen, I know what you're saying, right? But you can look, and they have like some kind of thing on there. Their ohms or whatever they are, right?
That doesn't mean crap, right? If you remember correctly, because you cheaped out, bought those 360 ones before too from China instead of the official Microsoft ones, and those ones were like 4,800 mAh or whatever. And then you plug them in, and like 40 minutes later, you had to switch out the battery. I got like 12 of them for the price of one.
You're talking about like 10 years ago, dude. Like, damn. Like, okay, so I did buy some.
Like 12 of them for the price of one Microsoft.
I'd like to get
but you're switching out the batteries every 10 minutes, so.
Hey, look, it's Space Cat. Let's change the subject. It's his birthday. Hey, Space Cat, happy birthday. Okay. Hey, Moochie
Happy
Crap.
birthday, Space Cat, buddy. Nice.
I play PUBG with Grave. I carry him all over the game.
They just went live right now. Grave just went live right now.
Did he?
That's great.
Oh, yeah. Say hi to the 6 people watching. Hi. Hi, Grave. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I know. Hey, I did. I just got the thing. He's broadcasting PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Yeah. He does great, man. He's a hell of a streamer, man. To be honest with you,
he's very entertaining. I will say that.
He is, and he's sticking with it much more than I would have thought that would have been possible. So if you guys do go check out Grave on his stream, tell him Crapgamer sent you, and and whatnot. Yeah, so
Lucas
like,
stuff, and then like a week later, he's done with it.
exactly. Luca goes, crap's such an ass.
He's in a certain mood today.
Hey, you know what? I would be, man, if it was allowed.
Mass off-brand batteries.
Hey, those off-brand batteries work fine, thank you. Like I charge up the Xbox One ones like once a week, and it's perfectly fine. Thank you very much, Hellhammer.
Well, yeah, I guess when you only play 10 minutes of gaming every week.
Oh my god!
Dude. Hey, I forget how much gamer score in my head are you by again? 20,000, 30,000.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm talking about recently. I'm not talking about those 6 months where you're like just gaming. There, no, nothing else but gaming.
Well, dude, I was on top of the boards or second on the boards last month on Xbox on my list anyway. I had something like 4,000 gamer score, so I did pretty good, I think.
Would you play 4 Telltale games over the course of the month?
No, I beat you know exactly what I beat. I beat Life is Strange Before the Storm, Firewatch.
Basically, they cover the 4 Telltale games.
Those are not
Wow.
you ass bucket. Those are really good games, and I enjoyed them immensely. And they are. You know, dude, you were playing Firewatch, and he's trolling me. Forget it. So Gears 5, CD Keys kind of leaked it. Gears 5 might be releasing in March of next year, but do we actually believe this?
CD Keys is pretty good with that kind of stuff.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's actually a?
I think that could be a legit release date.
I don't know. Usually they do it around October, November. Usually in November. Only a couple times in October. So I think that's really odd for them to do that. That would be out of their usual stuff. But if they do move it, it's because they're, I guess, worried or they don't have the same numbers as they used to.
Or it
so
might
that's
be
kind of odd.
Or it could be releasing earlier because they might have another game coming out, October, November, September.
That's what I said to Crap on Sunday. I said the only way I'm buying if Gears is coming out in March is if Halo Infinite's coming out in the fall. There's nothing else they would have.
That's too early.
And I agree. It's way too early.
Yeah.
So
Halo
I mean,
it's basically just an engine demo.
I say no. I say no way.
Hey, the Indie Gamer says who has the highest gamer score in the panel. Salty, what's your gamer score?
Not me. It's like 55 or something like that.
Okay. What's yours, Foxy?
Oh, I don't know. I have to look it up.
Huh. It might be me, guys.
It is you, dude.
It is me. Almost 150,000.
Yeah. I got to start playing those Telltale games and boost my gamer score.
I got to start playing like Shoe Tire Pro.
Barbie Island Adventure.
Went up back in the day, man. I played some really shitty games to get some.
My problem with the reason, like I say, achievements are great. I don't ever say anything against them. I think it's awesome that people have them. But like, I like certain games. Like, look at it. I'm putting in like ridiculous sums of hours in the Destiny, and I'm not going to get any achievements from it. Like that doesn't deter me from playing it. Like I play multiplayer games, and you play That's why when you guys are all like, "Boo! Call of Duty's not going to give me a single player game where I walk on a rail." No, I'm actually going to play Call of Duty this year and get a plethora of actual achievements for playing the game for what it is, a multiplayer game. So all these games
actually they take away part of what it is, and
no, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They took away the trash, and they're going to add a little more.
I know the trash. You are high.
That is the worst part of Call of Duty.
It is not. It's one
Sergeant Stu Nuts. Follow him. Where? I don't know. George Washington quote.
No. That's not, dude. Those campaigns, with the exception of Black Ops 3, have been really good. I gotta say,
great, except for Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Black Ops 3. You guys
must have loved those Transformer movies.
You know what? I did like the Transformers movies. Good call, Mooch. Good call.
Yeah, no problem. You like the Transformers that look like toasters. Thanks.
There was one though. That was an Xbox 360 Transformer.
Of course.
How could you not like that? Come on, that was great. I have Transformers 1 on HD DVD.
I was probably the largest Transformers fan as a kid ever, and to see what they did to that. Everybody looked like a goddamn toolkit that fucking threw up.
They reinvented it, man. You got to look. You got to reinvent stuff,
man. Described it perfectly. Actually, I've never.
Speaking of Call of Duty and how great it's going to be, looks like that battle royale mode might only be 60 players. What do you got to say about that, Mooch? Go.
Which battle royale? What?
the Battle Royale in Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
So while I'm running around having a lot of fun, I'm going to count people? Who gives a shit?
Well, no, I'm just saying. I mean,
what is 100 the threshold?
No, 60 just not a lot of people, in my opinion. I mean, they cut out the campaign.
Not a lot of people. You don't even like going to the movie theater.
And they put, that's real life. But in a video game, if I'm playing a Battle Royale
the reason Mag didn't work in these other insane things, 60's fine.
I think 60. 60 is a little low, I think. For a battle royale.
Exactly.
I think
it's a little low. Yeah, it does. It doesn't matter what the map is. Everything's about scale.
Yeah, well, it's 52 million cubic meters bigger than the smallest map, so we got that going for us, right?
I don't know what the hell that really means, but nonetheless,
they come up with some asinine thing, right? They're like, oh, well, it's this amount of size bigger than what the hell is that map?
Yeah, your beloved Battlefield has 64 players max. So,
No, but I'm sure when they do the Battle Royale, it'll probably be more. You know, I'm just saying, like,
it's kind of irrelevant. It's the way you make the game, dude. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It scales to what it is. Like,
it won't really matter anyways, because Fortnite will still be king.
Right. Well, to your, I think you're right, Hellhammer. But it depends on. I think each season that comes. And season 5's about.
How are they on season 5? I don't understand even how the hell that works. To be honest,
you buy season 4 and it lasts like whatever it is, 45 or 60 days, and then after that you have the next season. You have to pay $10. Or if you like myself, I bought I bought the Battle Pass 4, and then I have enough V-Bucks now for 5. I earned 5 for free. So I'm gonna buy. It's called their currency crap. Welcome to gaming.
No, I'm with you, man. V-Bucks.
Come on, man. It's good stuff. What do you want me to do? I didn't make it up. I'm just playing. I woke up and I go, give me a Big Mac. I'd rather just say, give me 2 hamburgers and a fucking special sauce, but I can't. I got to call it by their goofy name. All right?
No, I hear you, dude.
I just say Whopper. I don't say Whopper to my family. I just fucking put tomatoes in my hamburger and I move on. Right?
No, I get.
Crapgamer is just not down with the current hip lingo. That's all.
Yes, man. It's
the hip lingo.
Oh no, however, my God.
Listen, I got news for you. Look, Fortnite has a place in my timeline of gaming. Yeah. It's fun. It is fun. But realistically, to answer Hellhammer's point, is he said Fortnite's going to be kicking ass and taking names all the way into the fall. He's right. The question is, are they going to be kicking ass and taking names the way they are now or more? Or just a smidgen less, and it depends on what they do with their seasons.
It's free.
It doesn't matter. When you start to lose, no, it doesn't. When you start to lose its allegiance, if the seasons don't hold the captive audience, like the ninjas, okay, that guy Ninja, dude, he's crossed 15 million people on YouTube. Like he's got big time people. He's got stars, athletes, people playing with him. Once you lose that nostalgia, that's gone. So what happens is, it's free. Like a lot of shit's free. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to hold forever. So it depends on their seasons and their progression and how much they want to stick with it. Now, Epic knows.
I don't think you're going to see very many people jumping off of that to go play Call of Duty or Battlefield's Battle Royale. I think the type of people who are playing Fortnite are people who want to play a different style of game and they don't want to play that more realistic. Otherwise, they'd be jumping over to PUBG too.
Again, Hellhammer, you're talking about something that is in a sensational phase right now that's less than a year in hotness, okay? When you start to get another year under the belt, people may want to veer off into other aspects of Battle Royale. And you can't sit here and say, that's just it. That's it. We said that about Call of Duty 3 years ago on this very podcast. Well, it's the 800-pound gorilla on the road, folks. So call it a night. And now all of a sudden, right? That's it. Give up. Plug it. Unplug it. It's over. And you're like, all right. And now all of a sudden we're sitting there and we're like, Fortnite can't be beat. It's going to beat the old 800-pound gorilla. This one's 801 pounds.
Yeah, like what happened with PUBG when it was at its prime. You know, people were like, oh, shit, it's crazy. It's selling 30 million, blah, blah, blah. And it's just Fortnite came around and destroyed it. So it's just the flavor.
I mean, Fortnite is free. I think that people have to buy the fact that they got to buy Call of Duty. I'm still salty about the whole fact that they're pulling a campaign. I like the campaign. So
can we? Okay,
mean, look, it's not only that Fortnite's free too, but it doesn't require PSN Plus on the PlayStation to play online. Yeah, so that's another thing that will keep people. And I mean, then as you look at the facts, I mean, obviously there's more PlayStations out there, more people on PlayStation than there is on Xbox. Like I said, I mean, not that I'm even a fan of Fortnite, right? I don't like the game myself. I just don't see it dying out because of a Call of Duty or a Battlefield.
Well, no, I'll agree with you. It's not going to die out, but I think it'll put a dent. It'll put a dent in there. It will. It's one of the only. Listen, Call of Duty, World War II, or any of them, even last year, you go back. It doesn't matter which one it is. Call of Duty is the one game on my timeline of friends that I constantly see 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe on the weekend up to 10. Constantly playing that game. It has an allegiance. It has an alliance.
I really ever see anybody on Call of Duty.
I see a ton of people. I mean, we all have different friends on there and stuff. I understand that. But I see a lot of people constantly play the game. And I think realistically, that's something I think if any game is going to put a dent in it, it's Call of Duty. And they know. They're putting that's why they're getting rid of the single player. They're putting their money, time, and effort to be like, how the fuck do we beat these guys? And they're going to try. Are they going to? I think Hellhammer's right. They're probably not going to beat them. They're going to come goddamn close. I'll tell you, they're going to come close.
What were you saying, Fox? Because I know you were saying something before everybody jumped in.
No, it's all good. So yeah, I think there's some truth to this, and that's why they're kind of staying quiet in general, because they haven't showed us anything about Blackout, and I thought for sure they were going to show that off on PlayStation stage or something like that at E3, and they didn't. So they haven't shown off the map. To a certain extent, I could agree that it depends on the map size. That's why you have 60 people in there. But right now, to be completely honest, 100 is the standard when you play Battle Royale. So people are going to notice that first. Also, I don't know if people want to jump on a $60 title that they don't know what they're getting. And there's this whole hoopla happening with the whole season pass and all that stuff going on as well. So that is kind of questionable if you're not seeing what Call of Duty is showing you.
Yeah, plus
so you're just kind of guessing.
They can't show you. They can't
a lot of stuff on Fortnite.
They can't show you, Fox, because Epic is like that kid in fucking English class or math class that's looking over your shoulder while you're taking the test. Okay, like Epic is waiting for fucking Call of Duty to be like, and this is Blackout, and they're like, we can do that. We have 5 months. Go.
We can do that.
And it's like they're just literally ripping everything because they can't get sued off of an idea. So the whole idea is they're keeping it hush hush because they got something. They want to blast it last second.
The thing that I want to say about it is, like, before we had Fortnite, let's be honest. Did we think that, all right, so PUBG's at its peak, right? Yeah. And then we get Fortnite comes out and pretty much copies what PUBG's doing. Did we think that it was going to do anything that it's doing now? And the fact that they had building in it, that concept is just, it's absurd to me, right? But it caught on, and it like evolved what the standard was for the Battle Royale. Like this 60 concept, if it comes in, maybe it's because they're combining all the different COD maps. Maybe it's because there's verticality involved. We don't really know.
Fortnite took off and beat PUBG because it was free. People could just go download it.
No. But when you're talking, all right, here's the deal. There's been a lot of free things out there, and there's been free versions of Battle Royales out there. They haven't done what Fortnite does.
That's
it's
right.
The way the game
but right. But that's all true. That's all fine and true, right? But the thing was, it was PUBG that drew the whole Battle Royale to the name recognition.
Yeah, but you're saying that
Epic
the
is
only
like,
reason
here's
it
a
blew
Battle
up is
Royale
because it was free.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it took off, because there was no entry fee.
The gameplay that drew people in, right? If the gameplay's not there, people don't play the game.
That's right.
But people,
it's free. It adds on to the popularity.
It's not just the gameplay, though. I'm saying though that people had no risk to go download it. It's the same way. Everybody here I'm sure is downloaded because there was no risk, there was no money involved to download the game.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Like, if I told you, hey, Fortnite is this free game, and I show you gameplay of it, and it's garbage, are you going to go download it? It has to have substance for you to want to go.
But I like what Salty said to begin with, is that each Battle Royale version that comes out from these different companies brings a different aspect to it. And I think that if you listen back when Call of Duty did their presentation, they emphasized on the fact that they were going to have ridiculous amounts of vehicles and air transportation. Yeah. This is going to have a verticality to it different than what the building aspect brings to it. Yeah. And that's what they have to do. And the reason they're not showing it is because literally, and don't get me wrong, Epic should change their name to like Moonch Inc. Okay. I mean, they're just sitting there waiting for someone to do it so they can implement it into fucking Willy Wonka's factory. Okay, so
he got a Willy Wonka in there, folks.
that was not easy to do, but that was not easy to do. I got 10 bonus points for that one tonight. Right, I have my own achievement system. But all right, here's the deal. That wasn't bad, but like literally, this is why I think the Call of Duty thing is going to bring me back to another type of like PUBG. To me is actually a lot of fun. I really do enjoy PUBG. You know, I really, really do. But not gonna lie, like Salty said, the thing that I thought was the wackiest goddamn thing you could put into a game in the building aspect is actually pretty fun. It just changes the game. And now if I can start doing different vehicles and different like this, that plus that essence of Call of Duty with Battle Royale, that intrigues me. It intrigues me. So
it's just have you guys seen the culling too? I tweeted about it.
It's awful.
It is just fucking the developers basically with culling, they had a property, it was melee based, not a lot of people. They stopped supporting the game, right? And all the people that bought it, like myself, they were conned into buying this game. They just said, hey, we're going to stop supporting this. And then they come out with the culling 2. It's basically a clone of PUBG. It looks like it, right? When you're watching it, and it's just a clone. It doesn't do anything different, and it's trash. If you want to stand out in this genre, you got to take risk and you got to do something way different if you're going to draw people away from Fortnite and away from PUBG. So.
Right, and that's why I think I go back to my original point when we had the conversation many, many podcasts ago. That's why they got rid of the single player and Call of Duty. I'm not saying you have to like it, but I'm saying they put their money and resources into this. This is the time that Battle Royale.
No, hold on. That's not exactly true because because they only started on the Battle Royale mode.
Yep, when Battle Royale got hot. Right, and that's Epic started after the Battle Royale thing got hot.
But that means that originally they were just gonna, because according to them, they weren't ever gonna do a campaign. They were just
they were like, hey, let's do me a favor, put private stew nuts that we were gonna follow around for 3 hours away, and let's work on something that this year's hot.
You notice how quick they're working on, like they're quick to kind of leak and let it be known that next year's Call of Duty will have a campaign.
Well,
because they're taking advantage of the idea that Battle Royale is hot now. Same reason that Battlefield's doing it and everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, but Battlefield also has a campaign and they added a co-op.
That campaign's awful.
Well, maybe this will be the one that's good.
Yeah,
just
look
look
at
at Epic. Still there.
There it is.
It is. I mean, I'm just saying, I like the campaigns. I'm still pissed about that. So I mean, I'll never get over that because I know for a fact that Microsoft and people at Microsoft contemplated Gears and Halo games without campaigns, because that's quote unquote
that's a different story. That's a different story.
Saying.
Their lore and their books and everything they have with Halo, they can't do that. That's ridiculous.
They
thought about it. That's ridiculous.
Follow from around Coast of Aliens. There you go.
Hey, we need we need Locke. Hey, I'm Locke. I have no personality.
I know a lot of people that love the Call of Duty campaign. So yes, that's understandable.
Of course you do. They like their achievements. That's why they're upset.
That is not about the achievements.
It's all achievements. Everyone that says nobody can't believe that they can't follow Captain Stew Nuts around for 3 hours.
No, it's an action.
He went left. He's got the white bulb over his head.
It's an action. It's all about the action masterpiece.
It's the fact Pac-Man with a gun.
No, it's like a blockbuster movie in a campaign, and that's why people like it.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
I know that you don't like it, Mooch, and that's fine.
Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that don't like it.
Wait, but you want to play Blackout, and it has vehicles, but yet you won't like Battlefield. Okay,
Battlefield has 100 people. The map's 1,015 by 1,000,100. Okay, feet. And
so when you play,
60 people walking around the continent of Asia. Get out of here.
When you play Blackout and you play Falls,
he just dies and he doesn't know what happened.
What about when Mooch are on the same page?
Thank God you joined the podcast.
What about when you get run over by a tank or a plane in that, Mooch?
Yeah, you know what happens? I wait 40 seconds and I'm back in the game. That other game is
Battlefield.
I have to wait while I leave, and I have to watch my friends sitting there playing it forever. Get out of here! No way.
Oh my God.
Go back into a lobby and hang out. Get out of here! No.
Hey, we got to get Mooch into a game of.
Listen.
Sometimes I wonder if Mooch played Battlefield at all. Sometimes
I did. You know what? I really, really wish I made it up. I really do, because that's that bad.
Did a plane land on your head or something? Or
a plane landed on my head, a tank rolled over my foot, and a horse
probably got
smacked me with its jaw. That's what happened in that stupid
you see
game.
you see the little glint.
That game's so bad they had to get the goddamn what is it there? The Comedy Central guy to do the show. Oh God. Oh God.
So
man. Yeah.
So Code Vein delayed to 2019. Anybody care?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I didn't expect anybody to care. So
I was a bit interested in it, but I mean, delayed isn't a huge deal for me. So
yeah, it's true. I told someone on Twitter, I was just like, man, this saves me money. My wallet, I'm already selling a kidney for the lineup that's coming out in the near future. I was really looking forward to this game, honestly, because I'm a Souls fan. All the people out there are Dark Souls fans. This is kind of cut in the same cloth, same vein. It has an anime style, and if you look at the gameplay, it just looks awesome. I'm not an anime fan, but it looked really clean. I was gonna pick it up day one, but I mean, it is what it is.
Do you think they're delaying it because there's so many games coming out this holiday?
I think from what they said so people played it at different places and they said it ran pretty good, but I think expectations kind of arose for this game. It's kind of a new IP for them, a new style, and it's getting popular. So they want to make sure it's just really good. So
yeah, that's interesting. Mooch, you were interested in this or no?
I was actually, I think Jamie Moran did the best advertising for it. He did,
yeah,
right. But I mean,
he's the only one that I've seen to advertise it. To be honest,
I think I was excited to play that game. we've seen it for a bit now, but I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not like distraught because we have so much to play this fall. I mean, it's not, I actually to give it a chance, it needs to come out sometime between what. I think it should come out. And did they give a new release date or no? They just said
February 22nd. Right? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that, dude.
Yeah. They just said 2019. So
yeah, I would say it needs to come out in January. Or it needs to come out between like March and June. To give it a
shot. Speaking of that, Darksiders 3 got a launch date, which is November 27th of this year. Interesting. Are you guys interested in Darksiders 3?
Oh, you know it.
No, nobody. Hellhammer, no.
Oh. Very much so. I mean, come on. All the dark side.
Wow, the way you make it sound. Jesus. I wanted to check it out and I've seen screenshots and I've seen some stuff and I'm like, oh, it looks cool, but it's not like I'm jumping out of my seat waiting for it. If I see it in Game Pass, I'll play it.
Yeah, see you in Game Pass, right? No, listen.
See you in Game Pass.
Whenever I see Darksiders, I'm like, those games look so great. And I own them on multiple platforms. And then I'm like, I don't really feel like playing them. Like, that's basically what happens to me.
I played the first one the longest. Yeah. But that's about it.
Exactly.
You must have played those games twice.
Oh, twice? Yeah, no, probably not.
360 and on the one.
I never played them on either. I own them, but I haven't played them. Forza Horizon 4. So Playground Games, they were showing off some outfits in Forza Horizon 4 that your character can wear, and there was a chicken suit. Do you guys think that's Fable related, like a teaser, or do you think
you're literally ruining Forza Horizon 4 for everybody? Because anytime somebody's like, this new zip-up suit that you can wear in your Speedster, and you're like, is that going to be in Fable? No, it's not. It's going to be in Forza Horizon 4. Crap. No, it's not going to be in Fable.
Do you not think that's a tease for Fable though? Chicken suit, chicken chaser. Shut up! It definitely is, bitch.
Yeah. Horizon's gonna have season changes. Do you think that's Fable?
Yes,
leaves that fall in your car. Dude,
Fable. Mark this date down, folks. When Fable does come out,
cars are gonna be in Fable.
Hey, you guys think they're gonna have actual like windshield wipers? Fable.
Hey, and I'm the one that gets called asshole. Listen, if you guys don't think that they're going to use some of these assets like that, like a dynamic,
of course they probably will.
Yes. Yeah, they're definitely going to have a dynamic.
But you can't keep taking everything they put in the Forza and like Fable.
Are you going to upgrade the hero's tires in Fable?
Yeah. Pit Crews in Fable.
Fuck you, Mooch, you asshole. Damn it. No, listen. You don't think that's a tease, though, like a bit of an Easter egg? Come on.
A wagon in Fable, and you're going to be able to upgrade it.
You don't think that's a bit of an Easter egg, though? Come on, guys. Nobody's dancing with me here.
No,
a damn chicken suit. A chicken suit.
Okay.
Hey, nobody in the chat. Nobody in this podcast.
Okay.
Nobody.
What about a chicken suit?
Hey, chicken sounds good right now.
No, I'm saying a chicken suit, man.
Okay.
Chicken suit.
It's also a game that takes place in like party areas and stuff.
I heard they're gonna have a pit crew.
Well, listen, I just want to point out that there is a chicken suit in the Fable games, right? So, yeah, there's chicken suits in the Fable games that look similar to this.
Yeah, chicken suit.
Okay, so you guys aren't dancing with me on that one. I got you. Oh, here we go. Mooch, we kind of talked about this, but I'd like everybody else's input real quick as well. Mods come into Xbox One, like mods on games. Like, looks like there's going to be lots of mods, and for me personally, I don't really want to play like somebody's version of a game that's not the actual developer. Like, I don't want to add a bunch of crazy crap.
Some of that stuff is crazy.
Whoa, like what is that?
What the hell is that?
Man, somebody likes to party.
Back.
Yeah, that was a little bit of feedback there, but hey.
Yeah. I mean, some of the mods
my
are
mic
also,
crap. Is
like,
it better or worse?
It's better.
Okay.
Some mods are actual, like, they're bug fixes, or they fix things, or they put things back in the game that should have been, where the resources and stuff were already there, and they just cut it out of the game because they didn't code it, or numerous stuff like the KOTOR games. Like KOTOR 2 is a big one for that, right? KOTOR 2 was basically an unfinished game, but all the assets and artwork and designs features and stuff were all in there. They just didn't code it.
Yeah.
They rushed it out, right? So on the PC version, the mod puts the game how it should have been when it released.
Yeah.
I mean, you can argue either way on that. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, I played Skyrim and now it's raining Thomas the Tank Engine on me. Like, I know. I mean, but some of the stuff is cool.
Take your look at the damn chat box, right? He's like, people are like, you can't win crap, but I'm with you on the Fable thing. So people are dancing with me there, guys. I just don't know what the deal is here, but yeah, people are dancing with me there. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I wonder if you could. I wonder if the hero will be able to upgrade rims on the wagon.
Yeah.
You guys are such assholes.
I can't wait to see the pit crew of Fable.
Yeah. Whatever. I
feel like I missed something important because I walked away for.
I wonder if it's gonna be like where if you get hit like, low on health, you just walk into the pit crew on Fable.
Oh, man, Fox, you might agree with me then, Fox. Okay, so Playground games.
Scared. No. I was scared, you guys.
Playground games during their stream showed off the clothes that you can get for your characters in Forza Horizon 4. And one of the things
chicken suit
was a chicken suit. Do you think that could
might
be
a teaser for Fable?
Exactly. Thank you, Fox. Thank you.
That might be. Wow. I mean, it's not a hell no or that's ridiculous. It's more like maybe it's a teaser.
Do you think the fact that Forza Horizon 4 is taking place in England is a teaser for Fable?
It is. They're gonna use
it.
Yeah, they're gonna reach, dude. Thank you.
They started making this game way before Microsoft acquired them or started Fable, right?
I know, but what I'm saying is
they can add a little outfit or whatever. Just I don't know.
No. I was talking about how it takes place in England. That.
I don't know.
I mean, probably not because Fable takes place in like olden times, and these are like this is like a more newer.
He said they picked the UK because of the Four Seasons and stuff like that.
Oh, they knew way ahead of time that it was going to be that they're Fable. So that's
how did they do this Fable Forza crossover? Do cars drive into Fable or
no? No. Listen, what I'm saying is this, right?
I can't wait to hop in that 32 Ford on Fable and drive down the road. Like that's gonna be great.
You guys,
I wonder if Fable really would prefer we use 89 or 92 unleaded.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god.
Let me tell you about Fable. It's gonna be Fable-rific with seasons that change. Winter, fall, spring, and summer.
All of them?
All of them. All the seasons are gonna be there. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Where do I sign up?
It's gonna be a chicken suit. And
who's that? Is that Kratos? Hey, Kratos, is that you?
You're gonna have a throwable axe, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be fantastic. Maybe you'll have Darth Vader.
The mushrooms
You've
I
gone
ate
too
for
far.
lunch, man. I'm tripping.
They're kicking in.
Come back, Krabby, come back, come back.
I'm back.
Okay, there you are. Okay.
I'm back.
No, nobody was dancing with me on that, but I get you, man. But when Fable has seasons, you guys are gonna be like, Crap was right. You're gonna have to get that shirt. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm still waiting.
I'm not saying you're wrong on the seasons. They're going to implement some of these things, but like now you're just like, they're like zip up chicken suit. Gotta be Fable.
Who the hell else uses a chicken suit? That's what I'm saying. Nobody uses the chicken suit, man. Nobody. I'm telling you, who the hell else would use
some wacky stuff in Forza 7, like the outfits?
It's Forza Horizon, right? So it's the Horizon Festival or whatever, right?
Festival.
Yeah, it's got like people out there doing like dances and listening to all this weird music and all this other crap. So the idea of them having a chicken suit,
they could have had a panda.
Far-fetched.
Like
Dude,
Ubisoft.
I do
Ubisoft has a
not
random
believe
panda.
in coincidences. Okay, listen. There's a chicken suit in Fable 2, and these guys are making a new Fable, and there's a fucking chicken suit in this game. So that's what I'm saying.
Crap, do you think
Easter
the
egg.
world is flat or round?
No, hell no, man. Definitely not, man. I'm not that weird. Come on. I think this is probably I think it's a little teaser Easter egg.
I think it's a fun Easter egg. You guys are shitting all over Crappy for no reason.
I know, exactly. I see it is an Easter egg. That's what I'm saying. So Indie Gamer, thank you. Says Crap has hit the jackpot. Oh, yeah, real quick. There was a developer who said that Microsoft has unannounced exclusive, and it's a big one, but who knows if we're going to get that. I'm not sure what they're doing at Gamescom, so who the hell knows. But let's get to 250 likes, folks, as I do some outros, because Mooch's ass sent me a gift.
I did.
He did. Mooch, what do you got going on, bro?
All right, buddy. All right. We got a lineup this weekend. We got Crossfire 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then we've got MNC mornings on my channel, 11 a.m. on Sunday. So Mooch Marathon.
It might be the last one on Sunday.
Might be. Yes, I think we're going to start. I would like to start MNC evenings next Thursday. I would like.
Wake on up.
Wake on up.
We'll have to change that a little bit, but yeah.
Pour your drink. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Pour that Red Bull.
Pour that
Mooch. It's Crap in the evening.
Right? Get your barbecue. What?
I guess
we'll
so,
get it
man.
going. We'll get it going.
You say adult beverage. Just put that in the lyrics.
Absolutely.
Adult beverage. Exactly. Hellhammer, Darkness. What do you got going on?
Not too much. I'll be back on here next week, same time and same place. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at XXHellhammer or on Xbox Live XX_Hellhammer.
All right, good stuff.
Occasionally post things.
Yes, and Salty, what do you got going on, bro?
Hey, we got the Saltiest Gaming Podcast tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's about it. You can find me on Twitter.
Yeah, Salty Podcast, man. That's an up and coming show, man. I like that show a lot. It's got some good people in it. So, good stuff. And Foxy, what do you got going on?
Making videos, streaming, and stuff. Check out my YouTube channel if you guys have a chance. I have try to do some different content, not like repeat the same thing that a lot of everyone is repeating. Sometimes I see like 4 videos in a row, and I'm like, oh man, now I can't talk about it. So yeah, no offense to anybody that does the news and everything, but I try to do different things. So if you want to check that out, let me know in the comments of my videos. And also follow me on Twitter. I share all kinds of stuff. And Foxy Deals. Yeah, Foxy Deals. We need to break out your old theme song and bring that back. I think that'd be a great thing. You used to do that live. I miss that. Yeah. There's 2 different ones too. I don't know if you guys remember. There's 2 different. Yeah. I remember both. The first one was pretty good too. Like the second one was good as well. So who the hell knows? But yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. We got us over 250. We will catch you guys next week again. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later. Have a great night. Peace. Bye.